Hey there, this is Chris Berry with another episode of Berry's Bites. Today we're going to talk about how do we leave things to our beneficiaries. And a lot of times I see what I call the pillowcase of money approach, where we're just leaving pillowcases of money to our beneficiaries. Think of like beneficiary designations. Have you named your beneficiary outright on a life insurance policy or IRA or 401k? And this could be a problem for two reasons. First of all is the financial immaturity of the potential children or beneficiaries. For example, my children, you see pictures of them right there, Ryan and Madison, they're now 8 and 6. If they were to inherit property outright, they'd probably spend all that money on Legos, which I think would be kind of fun, but probably not the best use of the money. So we need to protect against financial maturity when they're minor children, so under the age of 18. But then once you turn 18, legally you're an adult. And now I remember what I was doing 18 to 25. And if I were to inherit $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, I would have been the coolest kid on campus, but that probably would have been my only year on campus. So the first thing is financial immaturity that we need to protect against. But then the second thing we need to protect against is the outside environment. So we need to protect against the divorces, the lawsuits, creditor actions, bankruptcies, long-term care costs. You never know when life is going to throw you a curveball. And so if we rely on this pillowcase of money approach, where we're just launching pillowcases of money at our beneficiaries by naming them outright as on the life insurance policy or the 401k, then that money could be lost. And then if you look at a lot of the trusts that we review, unfortunately, even the trusts take this pillowcase of money approach, where we're leaving things outright to the kids at 25 or 30, 35. So that's something to think about. Do you have a revocable living trust that says outright distributions to the kids at 25, 30, 35? Well, what happens if they happen to get divorced at 36? Where might half of that money go? Or what happens if they were to pass away at 36? Where might all of the money go? Might go to that spouse who might remarry versus going down to the grandchildren. So instead, what we like to do is build in a lifetime of asset protection for our beneficiaries, so that once they turn a certain age, maybe age 30, then they can serve as trustee, but whatever they decide to leave in the trust would be protected for their lifetime from a divorce, a lawsuit, creditor action, bankruptcy. And I was sitting down with an attorney the other day for lunch, and he was talking about the trust he has for his daughter. And he's used what we call HEMS. He's built in provisions where the money can only be used for health, education, maintenance, and support. And he was asking whether that offered asset protection. Well, it can. It's a level of asset protection, but it's certainly not protecting against long-term care costs. So instead, we like to use what we call legacy inheritance trust provisions, where the money that we leave to our beneficiaries would be protected for their lifetime. So let's say you had a trust, your one trust would split into 3 separate shares if you had 3 children, where each child could now receive their share, so it's held in trust, held in this legacy inheritance trust, where there could be the trustee, manage the money, receive the income, and even get access to the principal. So think about, how are we leaving things to the beneficiaries? Do you want that pillowcase of money approach for your beneficiaries, or do you want to offer them a lifetime of asset protection?